So I'm getting ready to leave court a few issues. It appears that AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, and forget the other platform I use. It appears that they have started making up cases, hallucinated cases. Now they weren't doing that; wasn't happening before until I started notifying the court that I was filing motions with real actual cases. So that pissed off the United States government over at Pentagon because they're the ones that control ChatGPT. So what they are doing now is they have um, ChatGPT and any AI providing users fraudulent cases, hallucinated cases. And so that's what I had to deal with in court today. Now, I use four separate platforms to verify case information, even a legal platform. So she's stating that on the legal platform that I re-verified yesterday from a legal platform that those cases are hallucinated. So what I'm going to do is take time and go search from the legal platform those cases inside of the library. I got to find me a law library. I'm sure there's a state law library that I can go to look those cases up. Also, what I have to deal with is that Xfinity, of course, they weren't present in court today. They still have not activated my service. Now, that's another reason I haven't been really able to verify anything because of Xfinity uh, uh, violating state orders, pre-petition state orders claiming that individuals have to pay a debt that bankruptcy law says is a violation. So um, that was postponed until October 7th. So also, I was told that Wells Fargo basically gets to keep my home. So they're saying that the AI case that was presented that says even if you're perfecting a deed after foreclosure, that that's not that is basically valid. So she referenced another case for me to review. So I'm going to pull that up. Forget the guy's name that she referenced, but George federal bankruptcy law says the opposite, but she says those cases aren't valid. So I'm going to go verify those cases because there was several cases. They had Eric Smith on the phone because they like to harass me with the cases that they're violating. That they did that in Colorado. They're harassing me with counties and cases that have my last name or the people that they had gang stalking me at work, their last name. So like Walker, they put a Walker, an attorney Walker on the case in in Colorado. So this is what I'm having to deal with. The judge is a little irritated today. I don't know if it's because she came from Alston Bird or it's because she's seen my recording of stating that she came from Alston Bird, where Sephrah Shaw is their legal counsel. Now, Jackson National was on the case today. They were on the call today. They said they were observing. Jackson National recommended Alston Bird, recommended her law firm for mediation. They recommended a few law firms that were all corrupt, uh, coordinating with Jackson National. Now, as you can recall, Alston Burr is not just AG Chris Carr's law firm, the Attorney General, that's ignoring me getting harassed and tortured by the United States government. And as I was stating that information to her today, it appeared that she was a little irritated that I was bringing it up. You can't be irritated that someone's alerting you to what creditors are doing in your court. I'm a pro se litigant. You can't expect me to be as well polished as an attorney who's been coming to your court for 15 years. I mean, she says that she has 44, or the blog said she has 44 years experience or something like that, or she clerked for Judge Grace. Now, next door, the heifer they have banking on the wall to my home, her middle name is Grace. So as I keep telling you guys, they like to have relations or to show me. They like to you can see patterns of them targeting and harassing you. So there's a Grace that she used to work for, Mary Grace. They moved Mary Grace from the court. They put her on the court in 2018. And then you had Sephrah Shaw recommending Alston Bird, her law firm, for mediation. Well, like I said, AG Chris Carr is from Alston Bird. Well, when Donald Trump did what he did, it was all, smoke and mirrors. All that was just for, for them to have content for the news stations for them to sit and talk about, because as you can see, they wasted everybody's time and did absolutely nothing about that. Now, the person that said that she's seen, you see this car up here? That's the FBI turning the wrong way. You see how they was getting ready to come straight? That's the United States government right there harassing me. They did that last time too. So AG Chris Carr, the individual that was talking about how she's seen Mark Meadows burn documents in the fireplace, her, she was a witness. She was a whistleblower. So the law firm that represented her was Alston Bird. And I was like, well, nothing's going to happen there because that's Donald Trump's tax attorneys. So this is what I'm having to deal with. I'm being terrorized by the United States government for no reason at all, because they like to keep associating me with Trump for some reason. Leave me alone. Stop harassing me. This is what I have to deal with on a non-stop daily basis. And then I have to deal with judges who are aware. The government has been talking to them. They're aware that this is happening. If they're not participating themselves, because they put federal magistrate, federal public defender Timothy O'Hara on my case in Colorado. And he lived 7 minutes from Sefra Shaw in Chicago, and they moved him to Boulder, Colorado, and then put him on my case. 7 minutes. And now they couldn't have found any attorney all over the United States, but they're like, nope, we're going to find an attorney that lives 7 minutes from Sefra Shaw and then relocate him to Colorado and add him to her case. So I've had 5 magistrates on my employment case. 3 have been conflicted because they've all have some relation to Jackson National or Sefra Shaw. But this is what I'm having to deal with. The United States government gang stalking and terrorizing people for no reason at all. And Wells Fargo has been all in on it. Wells Fargo has been all in on it from the beginning. That's why they stole my home, because they don't want people to find out that they coordinated with the government and the HOA, the current and former HOA, to place illegal cameras all over my home. All over my home, so the neighbors can see where I come and go. How you guys seen yesterday, how I opened my garage and she immediately ran outside smirking. They only know where I'm moving in my home because the United States government had individuals put cameras all over my home, cameras and spy devices. So they know when I'm using the bathroom, when I'm showering. They have the heifers next door banging nonstop on the walls and the structural foundation beams. They haven't stopped. Now, the judge didn't address that today. She didn't even talk about any of that today. You know, she got up and just walked out. Last time I had the other judge in Colorado, they hung up on me when I wasn't even done talking. So she specifically told me that she wanted me to wait. So if there's anything that I needed to say, she wants me to wait and not to talk over her. So I stopped. Well, at the end, I wasn't done speaking. And so when she made her comment, she just immediately got up and then left the court. So this is what I'm having to deal with. This is how they control you telling anyone what the government or anyone is doing to you. This is what I'm being subjected to by the United States government in several states. Several states this is happening. It's a corrupt system. They basically are screwing over pro se litigants. I can't find an attorney. I called attorneys. You call attorneys, the government calls them and tells them not to take your case. Just like I'm trying to get contract work, okay? The government is following up on people that are emailing and texting me and calling me, telling them not to employ me. If I sell an item, they tell the people that I sold the item to take 20 to 30 days to send me payment, or to refuse the item and send me the money back. So this is why I'm in this situation to begin with, because I'm being harassed by Jackson National and law enforcement for filing a civil rights complaint where they had to pay 25 people already. So they're pissed that I filed it. So they're using all their levers, targeting and terrorizing me, including when I first got here. They had bus number 3 pull up on me again, blocked my vehicle so I couldn't get out the vehicle, let a person out right in front of me, and then kept pressing the laugh button. Because there's something mentally wrong with the United States government. Mentally wrong. But this is what I have to deal with. Maybe somebody with some common sense in the legal system can say, hey, you know what you guys are doing is wrong. But as you can see, they have a whole homeless encampment downtown. The individuals in court today, their names were Chance, Will, Will or Wilson. They had a bunch of Latoyas and Latanyas. So basically what they're doing is they're using occult books, going down, trying to identify who they can target and terrorize. Because I assure you, these people, it's not by chance that the books that I'm looking that they're targeting me, those names just happen to be the cases that were in court today. Just so happen to be the cases. The United States government, nonstop harassment.